Welcome back to another episode of Consciously Clueless. I'm your host, Carly, and I'll be your guide on this journey from consciousness to cluelessness and back around again. Thanks for joining me for another Sunday solo episode. Whether it's Sunday night and you're gearing up for your week, Monday morning and you're on your way to work, or whatever day this podcast has found you, I'm really glad you're here. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. Is there something interfering with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals? By now, you all know that therapy is an important part of my own self-care. It has truly been a game changer in every aspect of my life, including achieving goals. BetterHelp is the largest online therapy platform worldwide. They are changing the way people get help with facing life's challenges by providing convenient, discreet, and affordable access to a licensed therapist. BetterHelp makes professional therapy available anytime, anywhere, through a computer, tablet, or smartphone. You can start communicating within 48 hours. It's not a crisis line, it's not self-help. It is professional therapy done securely online. And I have a special offer for Consciously Clueless listeners. Visit BetterHelp.com/Carly and join the over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. By using this code, you get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/CARLY. Take care of yourself today. Thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this podcast. Okay, I am here to talk about 4 daily manifestation tricks that I actually use. Things that I think are useful, things that I have tried myself, and things that I genuinely use almost every day. So, if you aren't familiar with this idea of manifesting, I did a Manifesting 101 episode that you can listen to if you kind of need a refresher or you need a little bit of the basics. But it's basically the understanding with the laws of the universe and laws of attraction. If you've heard of Abraham Hicks, if some of this is just sounding like garbly-gook to you, that's okay too. This episode can be helpful to listen to, but I'm just giving a little context where some of this idea of manifesting is coming from for me. And this idea of being able to create your own reality. So like it or not, we're creating our own reality. If you learn about that and use that knowledge, you can create your own reality in an intentional way and kind of be a part of the process. So I have started doing some things that have been helping me manifest the things I want in my life that I thought I would share now that they are truly a part of my own daily routine. So, the first thing is meditation. And I swear we're starting off with the one that's probably going to sound the hardest for people, quote unquote. If manifesting is new to you and you wanted like a one tip that just makes everything easy, this is not that. There are things that go with manifesting that talk about intentional action. So you still have to take that intentional action. And this is what those can be thought of. And meditating is a really good place to start. You can do a guided meditation. You can sit quietly for a few minutes and just try and control your thoughts. You can do kind of whatever form or thing, however that takes shape for you, works totally fine. But the idea is to use that time to kind of get clear on what you want. You can use that space to set an intention for what you're manifesting, or maybe you go through a visualization practice where you imagine a scene, exactly every detail that you are manifesting into your physical reality. So use those times to really get clear on what you want and see it and feel it and get it like in your body, like know what it feels like to be receiving the things that you are manifesting into your physical reality. The next one is something I have done for a long time now. I do phone reminders. So you could set an alarm, you could set a reminder in your calendar. If you wear a watch, you could set a watch reminder once a day. Something that is kind of during your day that isn't like your alarm to get up or whatever. That if you are using, for example, your alarm on an iPhone, you can name the alarm. So I have a couple that go off throughout the day with mantras and just reminders of the things I'm working on. So randomly, I will be working and there's one that goes off mid-morning. I will pause because I hear that alarm and I will have to read that screen in order to get it to stop. And when I read that screen, I'm also kind of like taken there for a second, like, oh yeah, okay, that's like what I'm doing. That's the goal here. And it makes me connected to that. And it reminds me to kind of like enjoy whatever I'm doing, even if I'm not enjoying it at the time. It usually has a way of making me think, oh yeah, this is a part of it. So that one can be really easy. You could do that right now while you're listening to me. Set one random thing on your phone that goes off tomorrow at, I don't know, 2:22 that says, I manifest everything I want with ease, or whatever speaks to you. You could talk about something specific, whatever it is. And then you can smile and then you can move on. You don't have to dwell on it. It can just remind you and put you in that place of feeling good, because manifesting is all about feeling as if you already have the thing, feeling really good about what you're manifesting. So the next one is really similar, and it is either putting up Post-it notes around your house or backgrounds on your phone or your computer. This is a little different than the alert, because the alert kind of like pulls you out of whatever you're doing. An alarm is really loud. These things are just kind of that subconscious messaging. You see Post-its on your mirror maybe every day, or the background on your computer, you see it when you turn your computer on every day. And there can be just these moments, whether it's visual or whether it's a quote. You could use pictures of things you're manifesting, whatever that is. Let that be something you're constantly seeing and constantly making you happy to think about, because then you're training your brain to bring that into you even quicker. So it can just be a part of what you normally see, and it becomes just this sweet thing that is reminding you of kind of like what you're working towards every day. So pick things or a quote that makes you excited, not makes you feel like you're lacking, because if you focus on feeling like you're lacking, it's not going to work. You have to focus on that feeling of abundance and feeling as if you already have those things. And finally, one that can be trickier for some to tackle is journaling. I'm sure I've talked about journaling 1,000 times on the podcast by now. It's been a practice that's been really important to me for as long as I can truly remember. The thing specific to manifesting, you don't have to keep a diary. You don't have to do anything besides this practice if journaling's not your thing. And you don't have to start with all the other ways to journal. You could just try this. So at the end of the day, or at the beginning of the day, whatever makes sense for you, take a few minutes to write down, start with some things you're grateful for so you can kind of get in that good feeling place, and then start writing a thank you letter for all of the things that you have in your life. Include like those things you started to feel grateful for. Include things that are already in your physical reality, and then start to include things that aren't, things that you're working to manifest. But thank the universe for them ahead of time, because what you are achieving is getting into that feeling place, feeling like you have it. You're not feeling like you don't. You're feeling like, thank you so much. I'm so glad I got this person, this job, this money, this whatever it is. Thank you so much. I'm so happy for it. And it makes you feel good and gets you to that place sooner. So it has nothing to do except show up for you. It has nothing to do except show up in your reality, because it's exactly how you're feeling and you're aligned with it. So thank the universe for things ahead of time, write it down and see it and know that it's on its way. hope those are helpful. They're just small daily manifestation tricks to help you manifest everything you want in your life with ease, because you totally deserve that. Thanks for listening to another episode of Consciously Clueless. If you like that episode, hit subscribe wherever you're listening. If you want to help me get this into the ears of more listeners, send it to a friend, text it to a family member, share on social media. Whatever you can do really helps me out. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, go ahead and leave a review and you could be read on air as a review of the week. If you haven't yet, head over to patreon.com/consciouslycarly, see the bonus podcast content, yoga videos, health coaching tips, and so much more. Until next time.